Hello, you're welcome once again to New Focused Approach to Mathematics Basic 9. This is revised edition. And in this video, we are looking at revising fractions and solving problems involving the four basic operations. And this part of the video, we want to concentrate on equivalent fractions. This lesson can be found in page 59. So we are going to look at equivalent fractions. Then later we'll look at the mixed number, mixed fractions, and so on and so forth. So let's move on to equivalent fraction. What is equivalent fractions, or what are equivalent fractions? We know this from primary school through junior high school, year 1, year 2, and now we are in year 3. So when we talk of equivalent fractions, they are fractions that have different numerators and denominators, but represent the same value. Different numerators, okay, and different denominators, but they have the same value. For example, if you look at this particular circle here, which is being divided into 2, look at the portion here, which is half, 1/2. The same portion that you see here is what we see here, but it has been divided into 2. So 2 out of the 4 division. So at the end of the day, the value of this 2 out of 4 is the same value as the 1 out of 2 because the shaded portion is the same. Now this same circle has been divided into 6. But look at the portion that is shaded, which is now represented 3 out of 6. It's still the same as what is here, the same as what is here. Then the fourth one, the same half, the same portion here is divided into 4. And here 2 is 4, making 8. So we have 4 out of 8. So you can see that these fractions have different numerators and different denominators. Yet the size over here remain the same. That means all the 4 fractions are equivalent. They are equivalent, right? So that is what we call equivalent fraction. Now, 2/4 and 3/6 are equivalent. They are equivalent because each of them can be reduced to half. And so 2 divided by 4 and 3 divided by 6 is the same as half. And all these 3 are equivalent. Now, when I have half, it can also be equivalent to 25 divided by 50 or 500 divided by 1000. Each of them can be reduced to give you half. And so that is what we call equivalent fraction. Now, let's look at how we can find equivalent fraction. We can find equivalent fraction using 2 different approaches. We can multiply numerator and denominator by the same denominator to get equivalent fraction. For example, I can create about thousands of fractions that are equivalent to 2/3. And one of the simplest way is to multiply both the numerator and denominator by the same denominator. So if I choose to multiply here by 2, here by 2, I have the fraction 4/6. So 4/6 is equivalent to this. The same 2/3, I can multiply it by, let's say, 5, and that will give me 10 divided by 15. And that is also equivalent to this, at the same time equivalent to that. Then the same 2 divided by 3 can be multiplied by, let's pick a number like 10/10, which I have 20/30, and that also is equivalent fraction to that of the 3/2 that we have here. So we can generate as many as we want, right? Now let's look at it also in terms of using division. Let's say we have 8/12. We can create equivalent fraction by picking a number that can easily divide 8 and 12. Let's say, for example, if I use 2, 2 can divide 8 as 2 can divide 8 as, so when you write it this way, rather it will be better. 2 can divide 8 as 4, and 2 can divide 12 as 6. So here we can say that 8/12 is equivalent to 4/6. Again, I can still do 2 dividing here at the same time dividing 6 also, and that also will give us 2 divided by 3. And so we can say that 2 divided by 3, 4 divided by 6, 8 divided by 12 are all equivalent. They are all equivalent fractions, right? Now, a question here for you. Write down 4 fractions that are equivalent to 1 over 4. Write down 4 fractions that are equivalent to 1 over 4. So we can just choose any number to multiply 1 over 4. So I can write 2 over 8. I can write 3 over 12. That means multiplying here by 3, here by 3. I can write maybe let's see multiply 4 by 4. So by 4, top will be 4, 16. I can also write by 5. So 5 over 20. So all these are equivalent fractions of the fraction 1/4. Good. Now look at this question 2. Given the fraction 5/8 and x divided by 24 are equivalent fractions, then find the value of x. Now, if we say they are equivalent fractions, then we can say 5 on 8 is equal to x on 24. Because equivalent fractions have the same value, right? So if that is true, we can use cross multiplication to simplify this as 8 times x, then 24 also times 5. I can choose to write the multiplication and say that will give us 120, but I don't want to write the huge value because I know I'm going to do divide here by 8, divide here by 8. Of course, I can have my x being equal to 24 times 5 divided by 8. But I know that 8 can divide itself 1 and can divide 24 as 3. So that we have 3 times 5 will give us 15. So what it means is that if s is 15, then we can say 5 on 8 is equivalent to 15 on 24. And that is true because if I choose to multiply 5 by 3, I'll get 15. And 8 by 3 also give me 24, right? I know very well that this has been of great help to you in understanding the whole concept of equivalence and how we can apply it in solving questions. Thanks so much for watching.